back to another one. On this show, we're going to talk about, are the Cleveland Browns setting a trap for Shador Sanders? We know Shador is going to get his first start against the Las Vegas Raiders. They're good to head into Las Vegas, and he will be starting against the Raiders. Now, I'm just looking at a few things on this team. I'm looking at the offensive line, and I'm looking at a few things because the offensive line, they haven't been really good for Dylan either. So Shador is the type of quarterback where he needs an offensive line. He needs offensive line to really maximize his potential. Now he can work some magic without it because he's done it at Colorado, but this is a different beast when you have the NFL, when you have that Max dude over there with the Raiders coming for him. So is this a trap? Because a lot of people saying, well, Dylan is out. Because I go back to what, as a matter of fact, I'm not just the one saying it. We're going to listen to what Carmelo Anthony had to say about it. Carmelo Anthony, you know what I'm saying, the legendary Knick player, Carmelo Anthony, he said this ain't right. And he said the difference with Shedeur is the whole world is watching the whole world is watching him. And so he was like, that's the difference with Shedeur, is that the entire world is watching his pitfalls. And so we're gonna dive into what Carmelo Anthony is saying as well. And so we're gonna pretty much do that. And I'm gonna give my thoughts as Carmelo go along as well. But yeah, I have an uneasy feeling about this game. Um, as far as the Cleveland Browns, I just don't think they got it in them to do right, man. I don't. And yeah, I just don't think they have it in them to do right. So that's what I'm going with. So we're gonna see. Sorry about that. I had a somebody spamming me right there. So let's listen to what Carmelo was saying.
So let's tap into it. How do you think the Cleveland Browns has handled the Shador situation from day one? The timing, the messaging, the pressure, all that. Did they make things harder than they needed to be? Yeah. Or is this typical rookie speed bumps?
It's both.
Okay.
I think it's rookie speed bump, right? But this is a different level of rookie speed bumps. Most rookie don't have to go through these speed bumps because it's not as visible to everybody when another rookie is going through these speed bumps.
He's right about that. It's not as visible because Shedeur got drafted in the 5th round. Most 5th rounders we're not going to hear about. You know, just Shedeur is popular, and they had a popularity up there at Colorado, so that's why everybody is tuned in. But you wouldn't hear from him if he was just a regular player. You wouldn't hear from him. You know, something happened here. I go back to on draft day. Something happened, and they were just like Eric Dickerson said, they were told not to draft, and they wanted to teach him a lesson. They think he's cocky. They think he's cocky. They think he's too braggadocio, and they don't feel like he's worked for anything. I'm telling you, this is what they're thinking about him. And a lot of the players are thinking the same thing. I'm telling you guys, I know that somebody told me that's within the NFL. And they said that's the consensus about him. But they know he can play though. And I'm not so certain that he's even going to get traded in the offseason. I think they're going to just almost try to drown him out. And if he has a bad game, this game, certainly Dylan is going back to starting. He doesn't have the luxury that Dylan has. You know how Dylan he can make mistakes, and Kevin Stefanski is behind him. You got to have somebody behind you to succeed in this organization. You got to have the whole organization all on board. They're not all on board with Shedeur. And how I know this also, because you got to go back to what his dad is saying. He said Shedeur has went through some things that the average person will fold. There's some things going on in the back end. And yeah, some things going on in the back end. And he said an average person would have folded by now. He's in an organization, they're not really feeling him in this organization. So I go back to that last preseason game. I go back to that last preseason game when they took Dylan out and then they put Shedeur in with people that they knew weren't going to be there to block for him. And he almost got hurt, and Dylan then was sitting up there laughing. I'll never forget that. And some other players were laughing too. Everybody don't like him. And you might say why is just because of the platform he has. Everybody, just think about it. When you go to a restaurant and you see somebody, unless that person is famous, you're not going to know that he plays in the NFL because they got helmets on. You're not going to know. There's a lot of animosity and resentment there, and hate towards this kid. And let's continue with Carmelo.
Shador have to play this out in front of the world. His speed bump.
Yep.
Right? And like every single thing. And from what I know about the kid, he just want to play football, bro. Like he just want to play football. He want to be in position to show his talent, which I'm sure everybody else does too. But when this is a shit show over here, and like you doing everything against your will to look my way, how am I supposed to feel? And how am I supposed to, react to that? Yes, I'm supposed to come to work and be professional and this and that. But it goes back to something I said a while ago. Yeah. How can I come to work if I know you niggas don't really fuck with me?
That's a fact.
Like,
Did you hear what he just said? This is Carmelo, a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer that's saying this. He said, how can I come to work and you ninjas don't even F with me? He can see it. Now, I'm sure he's getting inside information. I'm sure a lot of these players, guys, they are getting inside information on the situation. Carmelo, he knows people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is feeding him information. They don't rock with him there. They don't. They was like, all right, you know what? We're going to give him this start so to shut the fans up. He's going to have a bad game against the Raiders or whatever. And that's it. We're going to go back to Dylan, and then we're going to put him on the bench indefinitely. And then also the coach wanted to redshirt him. I never heard anything like that. Kevin Stefanski, they wanted to redshirt him. Okay? They wanted to redshirt him. And I never heard that in football, in NFL before. Now, let me just point out here, both the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns have the same record. The Las Vegas Raiders is 2-8, and the Cleveland Browns is 2-8. Is this a game that Shedeur can win? The Browns can win? Yes, it is. But do I think they're going to win? No, I don't think so. I think that the offensive line is going to have a terrible game, and Shedeur is he's going to get hurt. They don't like him. I could tell by the offensive line, the way he was talking, the one that's been there the longest, I could tell by the way he was talking, Shedeur is in for a hell of a day. He's in for a hell of a day. I hope I'm wrong, though. I hope I'm wrong. They don't rock with him, man. They don't. They don't rock with him. And what I want to tell Shedeur is continue to be yourself. But your primary objective, Shedeur, is to go out there and play football and do your thing. That's your primary objective. All the extra stuff is only you got a bullseye on your back. They want you out of the NFL, sir. They want you out. They don't want you in the NFL. They don't want to deal with your father again. Okay? And this is very apparent. This is very, very, very apparent what they're doing to him. They already got Shiloh out the way. They're going to get him next. They're going to try to. And the thing is, all these teams passed up on him and they were all on one accord to not draft him. Remember that. He don't have no friends here. He don't. I even thought about the Jets and stuff. Everybody passed up on him. Everybody was on one accord to not draft him. They don't want to deal with the Sanders no more. They don't. They don't want to deal with it, man. I thought his dad had more pull than he did, but he don't. Because if he did, this wouldn't have happened. And it's a crazy situation. And Carmelo is saying it. He's getting information from somewhere. He is. And it's a shame. I know what people are saying. You're hearing people breaking up Tommy Reese. Let me tell you something, man. You guys don't really know how it is out here. You don't know the climate out here. They all will get on one accord to make you look bad. You just don't know that. Okay? Let me tell you, this happened already. Okay, yeah, Tommy Reese had the job. But prior to that, they did the same thing with Ken Dorsey. They put Ken Dorsey as the shot caller, the play caller at late in the season. Ended up Ken Dorsey getting fired. I know he practiced with the first team, but I'm not trusting the offensive line. You're not gonna hear me give some well wishes here. I'm being real with you. I do not trust that offensive line. They didn't even help Dylan. What you mean they gonna help Shedeur, man? They didn't even help Dylan. This offensive line, I could tell by the way that dude was talking. He said, yeah, we wish Shedeur, this and that. And they don't care, bro. This is a messed up organization. Okay. Well, regardless of the fact Ken Dorsey left, okay? Regardless of the fact, he left. He didn't stay there, but the coach stayed. Okay, that's my point. Okay? The coach stayed and Ken Dorsey left. This is the same situation. The coach's job is not on the line. Shedeur, I'm very worried about with that offensive line. I'm very worried. Let's continue with Carmelo.
And I was about to say the biggest speed bump is named the Cleveland Browns themselves. Like, they have been spending the last 25 years trying to get the quarterback position right.
Yeah, and we're not dissing Gabriel, but it's like, okay, if you're gonna give everybody a shot, right? You still searching for identity, you still searching for some type of structure over there. Flacco was there, you got Flacco out of there, you moved him, so now you can put Shorty in that spot. You shouldn't have never donned Shorty the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, this is the Cleveland Browns quarterback. Blase. It's a way you communicate that. Even if you feel like the guy is going to be the quarterback.
Yeah. And it's
communicate, because now you know what this guy is going through. You know what Shedeur is going through. You know, unfortunately, he got to endure more shit than anybody else due to the circumstance. That's elephant in the room. Why should he be penalized for that? Give him a fair shot. Yo, listen, both of y'all go. And listen, this is what we're looking for. This is what we expect. We're going to develop y'all too. We're going to get both.
Yeah, that's what Detroit, that's what I'm saying. They did it to a lot of black players. They don't understand that. Some of these people, Detroit, they watching this football for the first time in their lives. They saying, oh, God is in control. They don't understand, bro. They don't understand how this goes. I've seen them do this to Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I've seen this happen. He was the Colin Kaepernick before Colin Kaepernick. This is nothing new. They don't like him. You overcome what? Overcome. I want to say something about these people. What is he to overcome if they don't want him there? This is the sentiment in that organization right now. They're going to give him a shot. Then what did Kevin Stefanski say? Kevin Stefanski, see, I'm not letting Kevin Stefanski off the hook. I'm not letting him off the hook. I've been going hard since the season started. I'm not letting him off the hook. Okay? He said recently, he said, yeah, we do have a plan for Shedeur. He's starting, but Dylan is on concussion protocol, which means that after he get off concussion protocol, he's going back to being a starter. Dylan never lost his job. He got hurt. I'm not letting up on these people. Okay? I'm not letting up on them. What they did to him was wrong. And even Coach says it. Even Coach Prime says it. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying that Shedeur had to endure something the average man would have been unfolded by now. They know it's a problem. They know it's a problem there. It's a problem. They don't care what the fans want, man. The fans wanted Baker Mayfield, man. Do y'all know that? Let me continue with Carmelo, man. Y'all don't know the Browns like that. They don't care nothing about no fans. They did the same thing to Baker Mayfield. They did the same thing to Johnny Football. If they don't like you, they don't like you. I'm telling you that that's how this team is. I don't trust that offensive line against the Raiders. I don't. I don't trust that offensive line to get this right. Okay? I don't. If they do get it right, let me just say this, because I'm not going to be all negative. If they do get it right, they'll win the game.
For y'all, a shot. To me, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But you can't send that man out there against the Ravens. We hunting. Like
the Ravens
we on the hot
desperate.
streak. We
Desperate to get back into the hunt.
Yeah, we will be there. You guys were just in the middle of what we gotta go through. Cool. Yeah. But like, no, I want to see Shedeur do well. I just ain't want to see him do well against the Ravens, but I want to see him do well. I just don't like the position that he's in, and then because it's magnified, every little thing that he does, any mannerisms, any looks, any this, is that, he's unhappy, he's this, he's that, and it's a bunch of bullshit.
Ridiculous. Honestly,
I don't
as a
like
sports
it,
fan, as just somebody who's watched sports and just seeing the way famous athletes and their sons, like, okay, we get it. There's going to be an inordinate amount of spotlight on somebody when I'm sure you know more than anybody.
The thing is, his pops ain't need his pops going through his own
That's
shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like he going through his own shit. My son going through his shit. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm not saying nothing though. So you can't blame it on the pops. Yeah. The pops ain't saying shit other than I still got to be a dad. Yeah. I still got to be a father. Fuck all that football shit. Still got to be a father. Yeah. We got to be on man time here. You get what I'm saying? Don't promise me some shit. Don't talk to me as a man and promise me some shit and then you go left. Because man time, you stand on that.
Yeah.
They went left with him. This was a setup. They went left with him. They were at his pro day. And this shit went left. It did. This kid was under the impression that he was in the first round. Okay. Well, hold on a second. Let me get you out of here. Go to another channel. I'm being real here. I'm telling you that they fucking him over. Okay? So I don't need your opinion here. I'm being real. I'm not sitting up here saying, God is going to do this. God is going to do that. God allowed fucking slavery. Where was God at then? Y'all keep saying, well, God this, God this. Do you know? Let me explain what God is. God is within you. In the Bible, it says God is omnipresent. It's omniscient. It's all-knowing. God is within you. Stop thinking it's some mysterious deity somewhere that's going to help out the situation. You got to help your motherfucking self. You're God. God is within you. And in fact, in the Bible said his name. I am that I am. So don't bring religion into this right now. Don't let these motherfuckers off the hook. Don't do it. See, I'm not letting them off the hook. There was a crime scene here. Eric Dickerson said it. They were told not to draft him. Okay? They were told not to draft him. So I don't want to hear nothing. I'm not trying to let these people off the hook, man. His parents is going through it. You don't see what his mother said when she was in the stands? What they doing to her kid? God ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay? God is within you. If you want to change something, you do it yourself. But we collectively won't come together. That's why it's happening to this kid, because y'all buying his fucking jerseys and y'all supporting these crackers. That's why. That's why. So don't sit up here and say, well, this and that and letting these people off the hook. Stop letting these people off the hook, man. This kid didn't do nothing wrong. This kid didn't do nothing wrong. Okay? Stop thinking some mysterious deity is going to come and fix this situation, man. When the kingdom is already within you. So I don't want to hear that no more. I don't want these people off the hook. Okay, it's a crime scene that's happening here. It's still happening. What did he do to deserve this? Sometime in life, it's not fair. Sometime in life is it, but don't sit here and let these people off the hook, man. And you see one of the dudes that used to play at Colorado, he's sitting there continuing to bump his flappy gums. He's a hater. Okay, I'm not letting these people off the hook. Okay, I don't care about no Tommy Reese. I don't care about that because if Tommy Reese had some pull, he would have been a quarterback already. I don't care about no Tommy Reese. Okay? I don't care about all that. I don't care about all that. Carmelo got inside information and he knows exactly what's going on and he's saying it. Something's not right here. And then they're going to say, well, he didn't get first team reps because he was a backup, but Dylan got first team reps. You got to make this fair. This Shedeur was already behind the 8 ball. I don't trust that offensive line. If the offensive line go out and do their job, he's going to have an easy game. If they don't do their job, he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. If he don't throw that ball away. If he at this point, Shedeur, if they're not blocking for you, throw the motherfucking ball away. Don't take unnecessary hits. Okay? They were at his pro day. They knew exactly what type of quarterback he is. They were at his fucking pro day. So no, I don't want to hear it. They know exactly how. They know he could play. They know he could play. So I don't want to hear this. Things going to work out. Sometimes things don't work out. You ever been at a job where they all against you? It just don't work out. I don't care how good you are. If they don't like you, if it's political, they don't like you, you're out of there. Don't matter. But the thing is, something might has to be done here. If he get ran out of the league, then he might have to go lawyer up. Then he might have to lawyer up because I'm going back to what Eric Dickerson said. He said they were told not to draft him. And it came from up top. And all the owners fell in line. I'm not letting him off the hook. None this season. None. The only reason why I'm watching this game is because he's starting. When they go back to Dylan, I'm not watching anymore. I think this is a one-off because he already said Dylan is in concussion protocol. Didn't he say that he wanted Shedeur as a red shirt? He had no reason to play him this year. He didn't want to play him. But the fans and everybody is putting pressure that now he got to play him. I hope he calls some plays because that's where it's supposed to be. You said Max Shedeur will not be with the first string tomorrow. Yeah, he is. He's going to be with some of the first string. Some of them got hurt, but some of them are coming back. You talking about as far as him starting with the first string? Yeah. He is. There's some of the people in the offensive line is coming back. You still have Judkins. He's there. You got Judy. I'm not sure about Njoku, though. I'm not sure. I don't know what type of injury he has. He bouncing around all over the damn place. I don't know what type of injury he has. But I'm not sure if Njoku is coming back. I didn't see him throwing to him in practice. But yeah, there are some people on the he is getting reps with the first string right now. He is. He is. And he has the advantage because he has a really good defense to practice against. But prior to that, he wasn't even on a scout team. Bailey Zappi was. I'm not letting these people off the hook. I'm sorry, because I already know the history on Kevin Stefanski and his dad. And what they did to Allen Iverson. I'm not letting him off the hook. I'm sorry. Y'all just don't know that. Y'all don't know what they did to Allen Iverson. You don't know what his dad did to Allen Iverson. I'm not letting him off the hook because he's not qualified to be a coach. He got it because of his dad. I don't care. I'm not letting him off the hook. Okay? They're not going to do right. Okay? I know how these people act. I know how these haters operate. Okay, he got a knee injury. Okay, he practiced today. I know how these people operate. So let's continue with Carmelo because let's continue with Carmelo because I'm really gonna jump out the window.
But here's the thing, right? Guy like Shedeur, guys like your son. I know what my timeline looked like when Dylan Gabriel went down. Like once everybody saw Shedeur walking onto that field, everybody tuned in. When everybody saw Cayenne suiting up for Syracuse, everybody tunes in. It is like you got to take the bad with the good. It seems like, right?
Yeah, when Carmelo Anthony's son got in for Syracuse, the whole crowd reacted, and he did really well. He's getting his opportunity. He's getting his opportunity. Sometime you'll get in a hater situation like LeBron's son right now. He's in a hater situation. For him not playing and he got a red shirt and he's good, even the team said he's good, he should be starting. That's a hater situation. You got to get out of that situation. You can't win these motherfuckers over. Are y'all crazy? Don't ever try to win these people over, man. Don't ever try. And then Mel Kiper said it. He knows something happened here. He knows something happened. And we sitting up here well wishing. I'm not well wishing. It was a crime scene that happened. Shador and them, they know what time it is too, but he can't say it. But they say it in their own way, though. I see when Bucky retweets stuff, they do it their own way. And then when his mom said, they know. I'm not tripping, yo.
And your dynamic of having a famous father who, you know, plays the same sport you do, I mean, what kind of advice do you have for the player to stay in the right headspace to still perform and not have to worry about everything and the pressures that come with having that famous father? Even as unfair as it may sound, just human nature, we're going to be naturally more curious about the son of somebody we saw growing up. You know what I mean? So how would you advise somebody how to handle it? How have you advised Cayenne to handle it in the same way you would probably advise Shedeur if, you know, he was
so these are the dark side. This is the dark side of the sports. You get what I'm saying? That people don't really talk about. This is where you see guys and girls get depressed. You know, they go into these modes, they shut down, this is that moment that we got to be careful with. I mean, it's all fun and jokes and laughs and, you know, but when it comes down to it, these are people, these are human beings that what they got to go through.
Right.
They got to go to sleep at night. They got to wake up. They got to think. They got to react. They got to respond. You living on this, and not everybody know how to react and do that. I've been through it. You know what I mean? I'm on this side of it now where I can be able to speak on those experiences.
Yeah, because if he sit up here and set to have a bad game, I'm still not holding it against him. I don't trust the offensive line whatsoever. They're not helping Dylan either. Dylan got hurt. Dylan is in concussion protocol now. I knew Dylan was getting ready to get hurt. The way all them hits he taken. The offensive line is 100% trash. That is not an NFL offensive line. They are trash. They are sitting there stealing money. Every last starter on that offensive line need to be ashamed of themselves. You're getting paid for nothing. I don't trust the offensive line. I don't. We already showed the photo where the offensive line are three people are blocking one player. And then they let the person come up and sack Shedeur. That's how he got the interception. He threw the interception. I saw it. They trash. They're trash, and it's not going to be fixed in 1 week. They're trash. The defense is good, but you need the offense too to win. They are trash. Straight up, they trash.
But when you're going through it, you don't know which way to turn. You don't know who to talk to, which is why I say a lot of athletes shut down and go to themselves. They stay in the house. They don't want to be around nobody. Because it's a lot to actually deal with.
And it's something you mentioned earlier when, like, you know that the franchise doesn't really rock with you.
Yeah, so again, like that. Now that's a hard situation.
Yeah.
And granted, if we, football wise, yeah, he's gonna get better. He's gonna, I think he's gonna be a really good quarterback in this league with some time and some people who believe in him.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
That's
happen.
the problem. Cleveland do not believe in him.
But what does Cleveland?
That's the thing. He's going to excel in this league once he get with a team that believes in him and they're willing to build him up and work with him and work on some plays like we like what you do here, like what you do there. That's when he's going to start to succeed. They don't rock with him here. And they still didn't trade him. Ain't that something? They still didn't trade him. You think these people going to do right? Look what they did to Baker Mayfield. Look what they did to Johnny Football. And they white. They're white. So what you think they're going to do to him? They don't went through almost 30-some quarterbacks since this dude took over the team. More than that. It's a internal problem with that team. It's not Shedeur. It starts with the owner. It's an internal problem they're having. That's their identity. They just don't know what they're doing. Okay? They just don't know what they're doing. They are a suck organization, and that's just what it is. It starts with the owner, the general manager, the coach. They all suck. Okay, and I'm not sitting up here sugarcoating nothing. I don't care about no Tommy Reese either. I know people say, "Oh, they got Tommy Reese. Things gonna do better." Well, how come he didn't have him as a quarterback before? I don't care about no Tommy Reese. I don't. So we'll see if the offensive line get it together. If they don't get it together, it's going to be a situation. It's going to be a situation. Max Crosby already talking. He's already talking. He said that he respects and loves the Sanders family, but he got to go out there and do what he got to do. So he's expecting to touch Shedeur a lot this game. That's what he's expecting. And I'm going to be watching that offensive line very closely to see if they are allowing sacks. I'm going to watch it very closely. Kevin is there because he got the hookup from his dad. He is not qualified to be no coach. He's not. He's not qualified. But go research who his father is and you'll see what's up.
What leg does Cleveland have to stand on as far as like quarterback development?
But they don't.
I'm like, what do y'all know about having good quarterbacks?
They don't. I don't think they truly believe in him.
Uh-huh.
You believe in him now because you seeing his work and you seeing what he's doing. Like, oh, he got potential, but you ain't really fully believing in him.
Right.
You kind of sick that Gabriel went down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, think about it. It's the same franchise that let Baker Mayfield go.
Yeah, but at the time, Baker wasn't. He wasn't. He had shit that he was going through at that point.
But
in
he
time.
still played better than a good amount of them quarterbacks that they had. So at one point, we can always give the athlete and give like the people in the spotlight the credit, but it's like, there are so many people in the front offices that don't get the headlines that people don't see.
I just don't like the character shaming. Of Shedeur or any of those guys. I don't like the character shaming because we know who these guys are. You know what I mean? We know they good kids. We know they come from great backgrounds. We know they come from great households. We know they come from parents and who got a head on their shoulders, who are successful. We know all of this, so there's no way you can be an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, it's no way.
That's how it gets dark. That's what makes it dark, though.
Yes, I agree.
know all that.
Yeah,
and I think that's why they put all this undue extra pressure on the kid. Like, we know that they come from good homes and have had, opportunities that, I don't know, like maybe some coaches are a lot more comfortable taking a player in or taking a kid in, knowing that
they just don't rock with him, especially Kevin Stefanski. I remember when Quinshon Judkins was going through his thing, Kevin Stefanski said, we just got to wait and see how it plays out, When Shedeur had that little speeding thing, he said I questioned his decision. Something he was saying, he said something slick. He don't like that kid, man. I could tell. Everybody see it. Everybody see it. So how is he going to be successful there and a coach don't like him? You said you just said a prayer that the defenders would get confused, especially Max. He's not getting confused. Max is not getting confused, man. He's a Pro Bowler. Hopefully he won't touch him as much. But another thing what Max do is if he don't touch Shedeur, he likes to jump up and get and bat balls down and stuff like that. Max is a finesse type of player. He's not like what's his name from the he's a quarterback hunter as well. He is. But he's a finesse hunter. Now the guy from the Cleveland Browns, the one that looked like Kobe, he's a bull rush hunter. He's just gonna bull rush you and mow you down. Max is more like I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna spin move. I'm gonna do all types of stuff. He's a finesse type of player. But yes, he can hunt that quarterback and he's fast. So so that's what he's looking at. But the Raiders are also 2-8. So they had a bad year as well. Saying Max can't do it himself. He can't win a game by himself. They're having an off season as well. They could. I bet you Max wanted Shedeur there. He did, because I remember when they were talking. He would have loved to have Shedeur there, but it didn't work out that way. Everybody stayed on code. These people stay on code, man. These people stay on code. And it's hard to defeat these people because they own this league. We don't own it. It's all coming out now. Like these people like Carmelo and them, they already talking about it. Like they don't rock with them like that. They didn't rock with Baker Mayfield either. They didn't. And it was just a bad situation. But he went on, he went on to do good for himself, like Shedeur will eventually do as well. He'll go on and be a really good quarterback in his league. And also, even some of the things that he's going through now is only going to make his character even bigger. It's only going to help his character. But he's going through it right now. He's going through it. He's going through it right now. And he's just going about his job. And but he has to have an exemplary game for him to because Dylan, he didn't lose the spot. He didn't. The coach said he's in concussion protocol. That's it. Like he's gonna get the spot back. But if I think if Shedeur, he really go out there and tear it up, it's gonna be hard for them to bring Dylan back in. It'll be hard because the fans are gonna be like, damn, bro, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. I don't like these people though.
Yeah, but they only have to rely on you as a coach, and only have to rely on you as I guess like a father figure or a role model when you don't have that at home, right? Like first thing Shador said on one of his press conferences when he was going through the draft, he's like, "Yo, you know who my dad is? Like, you don't think he had to deal with scrutiny and public,
right?" And those guys, we can kind of wrap it up after this.
Yeah,
the Shedors, the Bronnies, the Cayennes, the Boozers, like all of the kids, right?
Yeah.
They grew up in a household where their father or their mother, from a sports standpoint, went through some shit.
Yeah.
Right? My son was in a household growing up, paying attention and how I react and respond and move into this, into that, into this comment or to that narrative. This is what they are, sponges. All of those guys grew up in those households watching their parents, especially if you're a sports kid, you watch your parents go through adversity. You watch your parents stress out at night. You watch your parents be relentless on the film session. You watch your parents losing sleep. Like the grind of you watch your parents do that. So to those kids who experience that, that's why they approach to the game is a lot different. Because that shit, none of that shit bothered me. None of that. Man, my father went through that shit, man. That shit, what you talking about me don't matter to me. Like, and because they carry it like that, it comes off as they assholes or don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it comes off that he's arrogant and stuff like that. But he's already been groomed for this position already. He already know what he got to go through. He already know that he's going to have to deal with some asshole owners. He already know not to listen to what the beat writers say. He already knows this. He was already groomed to not listen to them. Okay? I'm not listening to the beat writers and I'm not letting them bother me. I know more about football than they do. And he comes off like that. And they think it's braggadocio, but it's not. He grew up with a Hall of Famer as a dad. He was at the Hall of Fame when his dad got enshrined in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't there for the whole career, but he know all about the career. And he was groomed already. He was groomed. This is how you deal with the women that come after you, because they couldn't get the women after him. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't get one of them cookie cutters his way to take his money. Because what they do, that after you in the league a while, once you sign that max contract, right? They don't have a couple babies by you. I already know the play. They already had a couple babies by you. Once you retire, they're going to divorce you and get a great deal of that money, so that go back into their community. That's the play. Everybody knows this. It's just the players have to smarten up. Okay? They haven't yet. Because I see a lot of players still with them. One dude, his wife looked just like Miss Piggy. The big lips and the booty. It's almost like she a cartoon character. Her lips all out like that and looking like Miss Piggy. What does she bring to the table besides looking like Miss Piggy? Right? Nothing. I'm not clowning. I really feel this way. Like, dude, she looked like Miss Piggy. Wait till she get older. Wait till she get older, man. It's gonna look a whole mess. They ain't staying together. They not staying together. But now she got 3 kids by him. Now she gonna be wanting $90 million or whatever the case, and she did not earn it. She didn't earn it. You ever hear how these wags talk? You know what they call wags, wives and girlfriends. You ever hear how they talk? Yeah, I'm just getting ready for that game. I'm getting ready. Who gives a fuck if you getting ready for the game? Who cares? It's all about him. But see, a lot of these women, they don't want to play the back role. They don't want to do that. They don't want to be like Joe Montana's wife. You know what I'm saying? A real stand on it woman. They don't want to be like that. Okay? They don't want to be like Dan Marino's wife. You know what I'm saying? Or Phil Simms' wife. You know, the OGs of the game. A Michael Vick's wife that stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Bringing something to the table. They're not bringing nothing to the table, man. See, everything has been done already. That's why I could just say they're ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Everything about this game is ridiculous. But going back to what Carmelo's saying, he been there, done that. His father told him everything. He already know how to deal with the media. He's media trained. The beat writers can't get in his head. They can't. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to break him down another way.
No, they already prepped on this war. They already been prepared for this war in the time of peace.
Right.
So it's a preparation without you even knowing that you're being prepared for what's to come. That's why you see Shedeur smile. You see him cool. You see him, all right, cool, man. Don't ask me, man. Y'all got to ask him, man. I wasn't, but I'm still here, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see when I'm getting my time. Yeah. Everybody else getting their time. Those are not bad questions. Yeah. Those are real fucking questions.
Yeah, so that's what I want to say. Carmelo is 100% right. That's what I wanted to say today. Now, as far as getting to the game is concerned, the game will be very easy to him if the offensive line do what they're supposed to do. That you'll see that he's going to have an easy game. If the offensive line do what they have to do and earn their money, because the offensive line hadn't earned their money all year. But if they earn their money this game, it'll be easy. They'll be up by a few touchdowns. This is an easy game for them if the offensive line do their thing. He's gonna throw quite a few touchdowns in this game. Quite a few. It's just gonna be a very easy game if the offense up, but I don't trust them though. It's just like that dude, Bitonio, the way he was looking when they were talking about Shedeur, I don't trust it. Don't trust it. I don't trust it. Because when Shedeur is super successful, that makes the owners in them look bad. Because y'all should have started him from the very beginning. That makes him look very bad. And one thing I know about these people, they're not going to let us have one up on them. They're not. They're not. I do not trust these people. But again, on the bright side, if the offensive line do their thing, he's going to have a really good game. This is an easy game for Shedeur to win. Easy. Easy. I don't care about Max. So Max is good over there, but he'll still persevere. It's not a big deal. As you see, he don't get nervous out there. And he got every right to be nervous out there because that offensive line is trash. You see what they did to Dylan. Dylan was getting beat up left and right. And he throw the ball as quick as he can. It still was getting hit. He still was getting hit. He was getting hit too much. So we'll see if they do their job. If they do their job, they'll win the game. I mean, I can already predict the game. If the offensive line do their job, they're going to win by more than a few touchdowns. I could see them winning 30-7. Easy. 30-7, man. I mean, look what he had. He had LeJohntay, Travis. What you think he going to do with Jerry Jeudy, man? It's an easy game. Easy. As long as he got protection. As long as they give him at least a few seconds in that pocket, he's good. That's it. He's good. He's good to go. But if they don't, it's crazy, man. You already have people. It's some people, I believe the media, some people are targeting them. Then you got some people like Carmelo and other players, they're not targeting them. So it's almost like it's evening out a little bit, which that's something that I like. Because the mainstream media can't get their teeth in this story like they want to. Because we got vloggers like Carmelo and Skip and all these other people and Shannon and Cam Newton. You know, we got them talking. So it's kind of evening out a little bit, but they're trying to target him like that dude, Jason, what's his name? You know what he said? He said he's rooting against Shedeur in this game. Could you imagine a grown man say he's rooting against another? He said he wants Shedeur to do bad. But he said he's a God-fearing man. Let me tell you something real quick, guys. I'm going to close on this. Be careful with them God-fearing people. They're the most evilest motherfuckers on this planet. Remember that. Peace.